Stop! Do not buy an Apple TV right now. You are about to make a massive mistake that will cost you hundreds of dollars and years of frustration. We are sitting here in early 2026, and the tech inside the current Apple TV is practically ancient. It is running on a chip from 2021. Think about that for a second. In tech years, that is a lifetime. We have seen 4 generations of iPhones, brand new M-Series Macs, and revolutionary iPads since then. Meanwhile, the Apple TV has just been sitting there in your living room gathering dust, while companies like Nvidia and Amazon actually try to make their boxes faster. But the long wait is finally over. The supply chain chatter is exploding, and the signs are clear. A massive 2026 Apple TV upgrade is hitting shelves in March or April. This isn't just a small spec bump or a new remote color. This is the biggest, most aggressive shift for the device in its entire history. But before you go grabbing your wallet, there are some serious red flags and hidden Apple taxes in these leaks that we need to talk about. The headline news here is the silicon, and this is the only part that really matters if you care about your device lasting more than 2 years. Reliable insiders like Mark Gurman are doubling down on the A17 Pro chip, making its way into the high-end model. For context, that is the powerhouse chip from the iPhone 15 Pro. On paper, this sounds like a dream, but do you remember the launch of that chip? It was plagued by massive heat issues. The Apple TV has always been a silent, fanless plastic puck. Jamming an A17 Pro into that tiny, enclosed space without active cooling or a complete physical redesign is a massive gamble. Physics is physics. If they don't fix the thermals, this thing is going to throttle and slow down the second you try to do anything intensive. I don't care how optimized the new tvOS 26 is. Heat kills performance. Period. But why does a streaming box even need that much power? You can stream 4K HDR on a potato these days. The real reason is that Apple is refusing to let the console gaming dream die. They want hardware-accelerated ray tracing in your living room. They have been trying to make fetch happen with Apple Arcade for 5 years. And it hasn't stuck because the hardware simply couldn't handle AAA ports. With the A17 Pro, the horsepower is finally there to run Resident Evil or Assassin's Creed natively on your big screen. Whether developers actually bother to port the games is a whole other story, but for the first time the hardware won't be the bottleneck. This is Apple's attempt to turn your TV into a PlayStation competitor, without the bulky console. Networking is also getting a huge future-proof boost with Wi-Fi 7 support. Some leakers are calling this the N1 chip, though we'll see if that name sticks. You might think, I don't even have a Wi-Fi 7 router, so why bother? But this isn't just about streaming Netflix faster. This is about the Apple Vision Pro and the entire ecosystem. If you are trying to AirPlay 4K spatial video from your headset or mirror your Mac to your TV without that annoying stutter we've all dealt with, you need that massive bandwidth tunnel. This upgrade is about making the Apple TV a local hub that doesn't choke when you have 20 smart home devices screaming for attention at the same time. It solves the biggest headache of the current box. That occasional annoying buffering lag when you're trying to mirror a high bitrate file from your phone. But here is the strategy shift that actually makes business sense for Apple. The rumors suggest a split lineup for the first time. We are looking at a Pro model with the A17 chip and fancy networking, and a stripped-down, cheaper model hovering around the $99 mark. Apple has to do this. The Google TV streamers and Amazon Fire Sticks have been eating the low end of the market alive. Apple cannot compete at $150 for a streaming box when the competition is $50. A $99 entry point gets them into hotels, dorm rooms, and guest bedrooms where people just want iMessage and Photos integration without paying for a gaming console they'll never use. However, knowing Apple, they might Apple it too much. Watch out for the Ethernet port. They cut it from the base model last time, and I guarantee they will do it again. If you rely on a hardwired internet connection for stability, do not buy the base model blindly. Let's talk about the software because this is where the AI buzzword soup comes in. The leaks mention tvOS 26.4, which suggests a very mature and stable release cycle. They are claiming Deep Siri integration, which really means Apple Intelligence, or large language models running locally. Imagine saying, "Show me that movie where the guy eats a shoe," and it actually finds Charlie Chaplin's The Gold Rush instead of giving you a list of random action movies. It's about semantic search. With the A17 Pro's neural engine, these requests can happen on the device, making it faster and more private. But I'll be honest with you, I'm skeptical. Siri on the Apple TV has been borderline useless for a decade. It messes up simple dictation constantly. I will believe the AI revolution in my living room when I don't have to repeat myself 3 times just to open YouTube. One weird leak that keeps popping up is the push for video calls. They want the living room to be the new conference room. While it fits the work-from-home trend, the ergonomics are honestly terrible. You are sitting on a couch, the TV is 10 feet away, and you look tiny on the screen. Unless they are using some very aggressive AI upscaling and center stage cropping, video calls on a TV just feel awkward. It feels like a feature for a few corporate power users rather than normal families, but it aligns with Apple's goal to make the Apple TV a home hub, rather than just a media player. There is also a boring feature that might actually be the most important part of this upgrade. AV1 codec support. YouTube and Netflix are moving to AV1 because it saves them massive amounts of bandwidth. The current Apple TV lacks hardware AV1 decoding, which means the CPU has to work overtime, causing heat and potential stutters. If the 2026 model has it, you will get higher quality streams at lower bit rates. This is a massive deal if you have a data cap or slow internet. It is the most boring technical detail, but it's the one that will actually impact your daily usage every single time you press play. So here is the final verdict. If you are tempted to buy an Apple TV today, just stop. Wait 6 weeks. Even if you don't care about gaming or Wi-Fi 7, the release of the new model will cause the price of the current inventory to crash on the refurbished market. If you are deep in the Apple ecosystem and you've been annoyed by a laggy interface or a dumb Siri, this 2026 refresh is finally addressing the plumbing issues. Just keep a very close eye on the thermal reviews once the experts get their hands on it. Putting a high-powered phone chip in a plastic box with no fan is a risky move, and I want to see if it melts before I tell you to spend $200 on it. If you like the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon. This helps the channel grow and ensures you never miss a deep dive into the tech that actually matters. Would you like me to compare this upcoming Apple TV to the latest NVIDIA Shield or the Google TV streamer to see which one truly owns the living room?